Welcome to this week's edition of the Idiot's Guide to Gaming.
Welcome to another edition of the Idiot's Guide to Gaming with me, Super Dave. The weird thing about this review is that we are caught in the middle of a trilogy, and in which direction you head to after watching this review is totally up to you. Whether you go on to play the first installment of the Uncharted series or the third one, I have a feeling that you'll have as much fun as I did while playing Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. We pick up the action when Nathan Drake is stuck between a rock and a hard place, or should I say that he is hanging off a train and he needs to climb to the top before the train falls off a cliff. The opening 15 minutes of Uncharted 2 sets the tone for the rest of the game, as Nathan Drake sits down and reminisces on how exactly he found himself hanging from a falling train. You find that there's one hell of an adventure waiting for you. Nathan Drake and his not so good friend Finn have heard that Marco Polo once found great treasure in the lost city of Shambhala, and they want to find this great treasure, but it's not as easy as it sounds. With great treasure comes greater betrayal, not just from friends but from those you hold close to your heart, as Nathan Drake learns the hard way. Things get pretty interesting from here onwards, and Nathan Drake is not only concerned about finding the lost city of Shambhala before Finn does, but to also make sure that the power of the Chetamani stone does not fall into the wrong hands. The journey to the lost city of Shambhala is filled with tons of rock climbing and fighting off dozens of enemies. Nathan Drake's ability to jump off buildings and cliffs is quite remarkable, and at times he holds on to the edge of a cliff by the tips of his fingers, barely making it, and you sit there asking yourself, how did he do that? There's tons of jumping, running and shooting in Uncharted 2, and at times you do all three at the same time. Despite all the betrayal and deception all around Nathan Drake, he still finds it in his heart to forgive those who've hurt him, as we see later on in the game. Don't take all this kindness as a sign of weakness. Nathan Drake packs a mean punch, from taking down a helicopter to taking down a tank single-handed. Uncharted 2 Among Thieves doesn't only consist of non-stop action and impossible leaps off mountains, but the game has tons of puzzles. This is where Nathan Drake's journal comes in handy, because along this adventure, Drake must make notes of the ancient facts and artifacts he uncovers, and the journal is required to help him solve all these puzzles. The only thing I didn't like about Uncharted 2 is that at times you'll get stuck wondering what the next move is, because the game takes a while to hint what the next move is. You'll find yourself running around from one side to the other side of the screen, trying to hang on anything that seems like a ledge, because you've hit a dead end and you don't know what to do next. Uncharted 2 Among Thieves gets a 7 out of 10 and is available on the PlayStation 3. Hit me up on www.idiotsguidetogame.wordpress.com. Let me know what you think of Uncharted 2 Among Thieves, and are you willing to play the trilogy just like me? You can also let me know on my Facebook page. Just search for the Idiot's Guide to Gaming on Facebook. Don't forget to hit us up on Twitter at the Idiot's Guide to Gaming on Twitter. My name is Super Dave, and this is the Idiot's Guide to Gaming.
Welcome to this week's edition of the